faded. I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a Ford, I'm needing a Lexus. Shooting like Luke, I told him.
How you doing, YouTube? I'm Manny. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you guys a different angle. We're in my truck right now. I'm actually starting my next 13-hour contract shift with Amazon Relay. And yeah, the title, as you have it, termination of a driver with Amazon Relay. So I had to terminate my driver for the Ford LTL 9000. It was for a numerous of reasons, but it was lastly for the last reason, because it could have affected the carrier account completely. So over the last few weeks, the driver that I had driving the Ford LTL 9000, he was coming in late. It was like consistently every week, and it was always if he was going to be starting on the other side of San Antonio, SAT 5, and he was always running late to that location. When he would arrive to the garage probably 30 minutes prior, or maybe 20, and he should be arriving an hour to give him some time to get to the other side or get to any locations to check in. And when he was showing up late, he wasn't letting me know that he was going to be late, and I ended up getting notifications through Amazon. And then when I would call him, he was telling me that he just got to the truck, and so on and so forth. And when that happens, now you have a driver who's making it consistently, not letting you know that he's going to be late. Okay, and that can affect the performance score on your Amazon Relay account. Now, with the Amazon Relay account, one thing to understand is when you're hiring drivers, the account is more important and far more worth than any drivers that you hire. Let me say that again. The account is more valuable and worth more than the driver driving those trucks. So you have to take it into consideration when you're making those decisions. When you're losing points, when the driver's not showing up on time, what's worth more, keeping the driver or keeping the account? And for me, keeping the account is valued more than keeping the driver. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the performance scores on the Amazon Relay account and what kind of penalties can happen when your driver is even showing 1 minute past that arrival time to check in. Guys, we're here on the admin portion of the Amazon Relay account. This is the dashboard. This is the performance. The performance is broken up into 4 different sections: on-time, acceptance, app usage, and disruption fee. It's always going to be the lowest of one of these 4. They don't average everything out. But on what I'm having an issue with is with the driver being on time, and it has dropped my performance score. So we have your performance here. Late to the arrival is 1 times the penalty, 1 to 120 minutes. Anything past is 120 minutes is 2 times the penalty, and then 4 times the penalty is 601 minutes and on. And I believe cancellation of the entire route is like 8 times the penalty. It's like that would hurt your score drastically. I tried to dispute that last time he was late, and it's not going to get approved. So this number here is essentially 2 for that same week, and then there was 1 for the week prior that I'm still trying to recover from. Now, when you lose points because a driver is showing up late, it is really hard to recover. Unless you have like 10 trucks, it's hard to recover. And me, I only have the 2 trucks, so that recovery doesn't happen as fast. But when you have a driver who's making it a habit of showing up late, they don't understand how these performance scores are, and they don't really care if it hurts your account. It's not their account. So that's why when it comes to these performance score, you don't want to, it's no joke. You got to take these performance scores seriously, because this guarantees you access to the Amazon Relay contracts, right? The Amazon Relay contracts is that guaranteed work. Right, when you fall below that threshold, you lose out on guaranteed work for your trucks. So when you're hiring a driver and drivers are already showing up late, that is already a red flag. And then when there's indicators of always being late to the same location, that is also a red flag. So even before I terminated him, I was already looking for drivers to replace him. But it was the ultimate next thing that happened to where I had to terminate him right away, or it was going to affect my carrier account completely, which I'll share with you now. So Amazon Relay over the past few years now has ramped up their photo verification, and they ramped it up even again on their photo verification. So you have to send them a photo identification of your face, and there's a whole bunch of guidelines and stipulations behind that. Once you're coming in to check in, and they may ask for a photo verification of yourself right after you check in. Now, the first facial verification that the driver sent was unsuccessful, and it was when it's unsuccessful, you get an immediate email from Amazon on why it was unsuccessful, and I'm going to show you that now. Alright everyone, so this is my email right here. So when you get an unsuccessful driver getting a photo identification selfie check, you're going to get an email right away from Amazon Relay Transportation Team highlighted unsuccessful identification check-in for the load ID number. And it states your company's driver had an unsuccessful selfie identification check for the load ID number. Drivers must be assigned and relay to the loads that they execute, and 2 must be verified with Amazon Relay. Repeated mismatches will lead to driver and or carrier account suspension. Sincerely, Amazon Transportation Services. So the highlight of this is repeated mismatches will lead to driver and or carrier account suspension. So they don't say whether it's the driver, the carrier, it just says both. And so you take it as both. You have a chance of getting your account completely suspended with no notice. And again, this is the second email that I've gotten only a few days apart, or less than 5 days apart. The response that they gave me on the relay driver verification dispute, and I responded with my driver completed a selfie check, and we still got the unsuccessful verification. And it says here, dear carrier, thanks for reaching out. Be informed that the driver needs to follow selfie guidelines before uploading a selfie of their face through the Relay mobile app for selfie identification process. Please keep in mind that selfie failure in identification process may lead to account suspension. Driver is advised to submit clear selfies and in well-lit area. Kindly make sure selfie should be clear and to be clicked in a well-lit area. Thank you, Amazon Relay Verification. So just viewing that email, you see how frustrated I am, because that was the second time that I have received that email, and I do not know what can happen a third time, nor do I want to find out. And this is why I tell you that at that point when I got that email, the carrier account was more important than the driver, and I had to make a decision. So let me go ahead and I took a screenshot of the selfie identification guidelines, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so after you check in the gate, before you even get a parking spot number, that Amazon Relay app may look something like this. It's going to ask for photo verification, and it's going to say requirements. No group shots. Use the guidelines to take a photo cropped to your face. Remove hat, sunglasses, and any non-religious accessories covering your face. You're going to hit continue. Put your face in the circle. Take a complete, clear photo in a well-lit area. Hit that submit button. Continue button. After you hit the continue button, it's going to say success. Your selfie has been submitted. We will review it and contact you if we need more information. So just because it says you successfully submitted, it is still under review with Amazon Relay Transportation Services, and then you're going to hit continue, and it's going to continue on with your trips to whatever parking spot or door dock that you need to go pick up that trailer. So I tried to dispute it, and I sent Amazon an email stating that my driver, he successfully submitted, and they just continued to say well-lit area in the email. Now, let's talk about this for a second. Both of my drivers are minorities, dark skin in color, and one of my drivers didn't have an issue doing it. I never had an issue taking the photo identifications, but this particular driver did. Now, the first time, he kind of brushed it off. The first time I got the email and I talked to him, he kind of brushed it off and said that he didn't think it was that serious, and I explained to him it is that serious. And then the second time it happened, he said that it was successfully submitted, and I understand that. You can successfully submit it, but they still have to be under review. So for the drivers, and there are plenty of Amazon Relay drivers, the email that they said was well-lit area. So my driver is dark in complexion. So when he was sending those pictures out, it was dark. He needed to be in a well-lit area. So if he's taking pictures and he's already dark skinned and it's dark outside, the photo is not going to correctly catch it, because the AI system has to match up those photos with all the previous photos, and that was what was happening. And I felt that the driver should have known better and been taking these photos in a well-lit area, or at least get into a location where there is a well-lit area, because if you're sending pictures and it's dark outside and you are darker in complexion, there's going to be an issue with that photo identification. So I'm putting this video out there to let you guys be aware that these photo identifications, the AI system has an updated facial recognition technology out there, and they have to be able to match every photo with the previous one. So if you got drivers out there who are darker skin and complexion, they need to be in a well-lit area, because Amazon is going to say that in their email, well-lit area. And since it was the second email that I've gotten, I cannot take any further chances, and I do not want to find out a third time what can happen if the same issue arises. So this is why I ended up initially terminating the driver, because he failed to get successfully verified through the Amazon Relay selfie check. And I just wanted to let you guys be aware of that, that they have guidelines out there for these selfie checks, and it comes down to what's more important, the carrier account or your driver. And for me, everybody knows I've been doing this whole Amazon account on my own for the last 2 years, and the last thing I need is to lose the entire account because of a failed selfie check of a driver who maybe is just not taking it serious enough because it's just Amazon. So I'm gonna leave that here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying?